Hi everybody, it's your girl Mo from Nature Romuma, and today I would like to talk to you about tooth powder and how to make your own natural tooth powder. Now, I got involved into making my own tooth powder when I had a dental visit a little while back, and they said that I had a couple of cavities. So since I'm into natural living and wanted to find out if there was a natural way to do this, of course I went to the internet, researched it, also looked into some books about how you can go ahead and do your own natural tooth powder. So if you hear a couple of screams and stuff in the background, that's my son. He's watching TV in the living room, and I'm in the kitchen here showing you how to make this natural tooth powder. Now, you can also go online and research it yourself, but this is one of the recipes that I have come up with, and I'm just going to read off to you the ingredients. This involves coconut oil and extra virgin unrefined coconut oil, which I will show you each product here. Ground clove, you're going to need sea salt, ground cinnamon, calcium magnesium powder, and peppermint and thieves oil, which I will show you the oils. As you know, I am a Young Living distributor, so I can get you Young Living products if you need those. I can also put the links on the bottom of this video so that you can sit there, you can click on it and just see what products we have. But I do use Young Living essential oils. I find that they are the best essential oils on the market, and that's why I like to use their products. And that's why I joined to become a distributor with them. So let's go over the ingredients. So here you're going to see I have the Nativa coconut oil. It's organic and it is virgin, it is unrefined, and it is just pure coconut oil. I like to get this particular brand. There are other brands. If you'd like to go with another brand, you can. This is the sea salt. I have Himalaya salt, which is the pink Himalayan salt, sea salt, and excuse me, I really like this product. I like it for cooking as well as for this purpose. I have the Now calcium and magnesium powder, and as it says right here, it supports bone health, and if you're having cavities, you want to strengthen your teeth. So this is like a remineralizing, if I could even say the word, but you want to remineralize your teeth. You want to build back the calcium within your teeth, and your teeth is connected to the rest of the health in your body. So if you're having cavities, you need to really pay attention to your health and your nutrition. And that can just simply happen from not brushing your teeth twice a day, not flossing, which allows these cavities, because think about it, you're sleeping for at least 8 hours. So that's 8 hours that food is just sitting in there untouched, and if you don't brush your teeth before bed, cavities can fill in. Also, if you're eating too much sweets, and there are other aspects also. So when you have cavities, this is just a tooth powder that you can use to help prevent further tooth decay, but it will not go away if you do not change your diet or look into your diet to see what are the problems that's happening, what nutrients or minerals you're not getting. And even on a vegetarian diet, I'm a vegetarian, you can miss certain nutrients if you're not careful. You want to eat a well-balanced diet no matter what your diet is. If you do eat fish, meat, chicken, you still want to make sure you're having a well-rounded diet and not just eating one, specific types of foods. You want to make sure you're getting, a well-balanced diet. So look into that and make sure that you're not, wherever you're deficient, make sure you're either supplementing or taking vitamins and minerals, or also just changing your diet and not having like a set diet plan, meaning, on Mondays and Tuesdays spaghetti, or Wednesdays, in other words, don't eat the same thing week in, week out, and that's another video that I will do on that. But just make sure that you're having a well-balanced diet. If you've heard you've had a cavity, it's either something you're not doing as far as dental hygiene, or it's something within your diet. And also sleep, believe it or not, if you're not getting enough sleep, your body can't repair itself. So sleep can also affect your health as well. in more ways than one. Another thing, nursing or breastfeeding can affect your dental health. Being pregnant can affect your dental health. So, you know, these were some of the things that contributed to my problem. Was I was nursing and probably not intaking enough calcium to support the nursing that I was doing. So that can happen. Also, like I said, diet. So let's just get back into how we're making this tooth powder. That's just the backstory to what I think may have contributed to my problem. And of course, there were nights, you know, when I was nursing, I did not, you know, I had a new baby, was not brushing my teeth before bed. I'm just keeping it 100% with you guys. These things are important. Health maintenance is important. And if you know, oh, it's just one night I didn't brush my teeth. Oh, it turns into another night. Then it turns to, you want to make sure you're keeping yourself up to the best optimal health as you possibly can. So anywhere that you see room for improvements, make those improvements and do it. Okay, sorry about that. My video had cut off. It ran out of memory, so I had to get that situated and get back into everything. So, just to go over the ingredients of what's in the tooth powder / toothpaste mix. It's 4 tablespoons of coconut oil, 4 teaspoons of ground clove, 3/4 teaspoon sea salt, 3/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, and 6 drops, well, I didn't put the drops in, but 6 drops peppermint oil and 6 drops Thieves oil. Now, let's just quickly go over the ingredients again, because I just want to make sure everyone got to see the ingredients. It's the Nativa coconut oil, now calcium and magnesium powder, ground clove, ground cinnamon. I have cinnamon sticks, but I took the grinder here and just took the cinnamon stick and did that. So it took a little bit of time to get it. I would recommend just getting ground cinnamon. And Himalaya salt, which is the pink Himalayan sea salt. For this, you just do the measurement. You grind it until you get the measurement you need. And then here is the Young Living peppermint essential oil and the Young Living Thieves essential oil. Now, the peppermint oil is mostly going to be used for flavoring. You want to put that so that it's, you know, tolerable. Cinnamon and clove, they tend to be bitter tasting. So if you want it to be more tolerable, you just put a little mint flavor in there. And it also has some healing properties in there as well for cavities. And also breath freshening. It is a toothpaste after all. You want to make sure your breath is fresh when you're done. And the Thieves oil is good for immune support. I have a coworker of mine. She's been doing Young Living for a number of years now, and she takes the Thieves oil and she rubs it under the soles of her feet. And she said that this prevents her from getting sick. She hasn't been sick enough with an infection to the point where she's needed antibiotics since she's been using this remedy. So it is a great immune system support, and it's great to use for back to school when the children are going back to school, and it's good for cold and flu season. So we're using this for extra immune system support to help us remedy the cavities or prevent further cavity. And so just to let you see it here, I have put all the ingredients in the bowl. I have a little glass bowl here that I put it in. And what I'm going to do next is add the essential oils now. So that's 6 drops of that. And I'm kind of running out of peppermint oil. I see that some is in there, and hopefully it comes out. And I don't know what's going on, but it's not coming out. So these actually come out, these here, and if you are interested in Young Living, let me know. I am a distributor. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that came out. I'm not sure. I may have to order some more of this. I mean, definitely it's running out. If that happens to you, you can take this out and just, if you can see that there's still oil in there, you just take that top opening out and let it come out. You don't want to waste any oils. So I'll put the links for all the ingredients that I have, where you can buy it, and so that if you know when you're ready to make your own tooth powder or toothpaste, because it is going to come out kind of pasty when it's done, because of the coconut oil. The coconut oil is going to give it that paste. Another thing about the coconut oil, with the coconut oil, you may want to melt it first. In winter, it's hard. It gets hardened, and it says it right on the container here. No refrigeration required for storage. Solid at room temperature and melts at 76 degrees. So it's solid at room temperature. It'll be white, and it'll be harder to mix in, but you can still leave it in its solid form. When it becomes warmer outside, I live in the Northeast, when it's summertime and spring hits, it's going to be pure liquid, and at that point you won't need to melt it. But if for mixing purposes, it'll be easier for you if it's melted, if it's in a solid form. What I usually do is just take a butter knife and I start to mix the ingredients together. Now, I don't generally melt the coconut oil. It is easier if you do. I kind of just mix everything together. You know, use whatever is easier for you, and just get everything blended up together and mixed pretty good, so that when you use this paste, it's actually evenly distributed ingredients. If it's not mixing well, I will heat it up just a little bit, just to get that oil to give me that extra mixing capability. It is easier to mix when it's in its liquid form. So now, after you're done mixing everything up, and I took the liberty of making a batch, a small little batch, before I started the video. And when the video cut off, I just took that batch over there. It will look like this, which is, you know, rather pasty looking. And if you want it to be more pasty or more liquidy, you just add more coconut oil. The oil is what's giving it the moisture to get that paste-like feel and substance to it. And so we're just gonna, I'm just going to play around with this a little bit more, and if not, I will finish this batch. I'll cut the video and finish this batch so that we can put it in the mason jar here. And I like to store it in mason jars. Now, there are jars available, toothpaste jars, that you can store this in so that it comes out as a paste. But again, in the summertime, this will be rather liquidy because of the coconut oil, and so sometimes it may be a little liquidy that you don't want to put it in those toothpaste jars, but you can in the winter time when it's like this. If it doesn't get above 76 degrees in your house, it will stay in this paste-like form. And then you can use those toothpaste jars and you can squeeze it like regular toothpaste. So it's all about your preference as far as storage is concerned. I just put it in these mason jars, and I take a popsicle stick or a little toddler butter knife that I got in a set that I got from my son, and I scoop it out and we put it onto the toothbrush. Alright, so I did want to talk a little bit about oil pulling. And oil pulling is usually done with two types of oils. Sesame seed oil and the coconut oil. And it's because they both have antiviral, antibacterial properties in them that will pull impurities out of your teeth and out of your mouth. Excuse me, my timer is going off. Making some lunch for the children here. So with that being said, you take the oil pulling, for example, you're going to take about a tablespoon or 3 teaspoons or 15 milliliters. If you take like a medicine cup, it'll show you 3 teaspoons is equal to 15 milliliters. That's all you need of the oil. If it's in its liquid form already, you just pour it right in here, get to your 15 milliliters, and use it as like a mouthwash. Or if you're using the coconut oil and it's in its solid form, you might want to melt it first. Take out a tablespoon chunk, melt it, and then pour it into this medicine cup. Whatever works for you. And then you're going to put it in your mouth. You can also take the solid form of the coconut oil and swallow, not swallow it, but put it in your mouth. It will melt once it goes in your mouth. And you're going to swish it around. Now you should be swishing this around for 15 minutes. If you are a beginner and this is your first time doing oil pulling, it's better if you do 5 minutes and then work your way up to 15 minutes. During that 5 minutes, you could be checking your social media links, you could be checking your emails, or whatever it is that you're doing in the morning. But you are not allowed to swallow. This is just like mouthwash. You're going to put it in your mouth, you're going to swish it around, and as you swish it around, it's going to become more, you're going to feel like it's building up in your mouth. What it's actually doing is pulling the impurities out of your teeth, and this helps to fight off tooth decay as well. And don't be surprised when you're done. You're going to, I would suggest that you empty this into like your toilet, or not your sink. We don't, especially with coconut oil, if it hardens, it can clog up your plumbing, and we don't want that. So it's better to like get rid of it either in a garbage, or if you want, you can empty it into your toilet or something like that. But when you do get rid of after the 15 minutes are done and you get rid of the mouthwash and all the impurities that came with it, you will see that your teeth are cleaner. You will see that the teeth are whiter looking. You will see sometimes that food that was stuck in between the teeth come out with it. And after time, you're going to see that your teeth are just looking cleaner, your gums look healthier, and they're stronger. But I just want to let you guys know, after you're done with that, do not brush your teeth right away. And that is just because of the alkalinity in your mouth. And all that means is that when you were oil pulling, you purified the mouth. You do not want to then change the chemical state in your mouth just yet. You want it to naturally come back to its natural state, and that should be about 10 to 15 minutes. So then don't brush your teeth. Don't eat anything. Don't brush your teeth. Don't do anything. Wait the 10 to 15 minutes. I usually wait about 10 minutes, and then brush your teeth with this tooth powder that you just created. Now you want to oil pull. They say it's recommended to oil pull twice a day. I usually oil pull once a day, and that's in the morning, because it's just easier for me to do it that way, because at night I would have to then wait the 10 minutes again, and I'm just liable to fall asleep after a long day with the children, long day of work, and just not brush my teeth at night, which I don't want to happen. So I just brush my teeth, and I usually, when I brush my teeth, is right before I'm going to lay down. So I skip the oil pulling at night. But if you are capable of doing the oil pulling twice a day, it would be more beneficial to you to do the oil pulling twice a day. Another thing that I would like to mention is that you may have headaches at first when you're trying the oil pulling. Don't be alarmed. This is kind of similar to like a die-off effect, like when you're doing a cleanse. When you are pulling impurities out of your body, you're killing off the bad bacterias or the bad viruses that's causing the tooth decay in your mouth or causing those problems in your mouth, in your body. So you don't want to feel like, oh, you should stop the oil pulling because something is wrong. Now, if you're having serious side effects, then you may want to stop the oil pulling altogether. But don't feel like those little light headaches are something that should stop you. After a week, some people took them 2 to 3 days. After a week or so, they will stop, and it will just be a normal mouthwash, routine that you're doing. And that's pretty much all it is for this video.